This is Group 6. We are about to have our interview, and our research topic is about the most successful people in the world are college dropouts. I'm Francis Rodriguez.
I'm Elmo Rona.
I'm Miguel Ragay. I'm Adrian Reyes.
I'm Kahlil Quines, and this is Ma'am Princess Marasina. Good morning. What is your educational background?
I received a BA degree in Medicine Pansulat in Filipino from University of the Philippines, College of Arts and Letters. Currently, I'm taking my master's in the same university, majoring in Philippine literature and film.
Is it hard to study in University of the Philippines?
It definitely depends on your study habits and your personality, because for me, since I have a background in writing, it's easy for me to handle a lot of academic papers. But if your major has nothing to do with writing, then it will definitely be hard for you, because you'd be submitting a lot of papers almost for every subject.
So it depends on the person.
It depends on how you study, and it depends on your personalities.
Is your first degree your first choice?
My my first choice was actually in journalism, but I didn't make the quota for that. So my second choice was in creative writing. So it was my second choice.
Second choice.
Yes.
How do you define a successful person?
Successful is a very general term. Can you be more specific?
Let's see, achievements in life, jobs that you have been
Okay,
through.
I think the term successful is very general, because, well, some people would define it as simply, if you have a lot of money and if you're financially stable, you're successful, but that's not always the case. So I would say that you're successful if you're living comfortably and you're actually doing something, you're earning from something that you actually like to do. So you're earning you're making money at the same time, and you're doing something you love at the same time, then definitely you're successful.
Do you think your education may play an important part to achieve success?
Yes, because since my career is in the academic institution, then of course my education will definitely play a big role in that.
Right, thank you.
Ma'am, what are your dreams for the future?
Be more specific.
Like, do you like your job now, or are you planning to switch careers?
I definitely would like to stay in, for now, the education field, and I would hope to probably not just here in the Philippines, but perhaps travel abroad and exploring the same career path.
Ma'am, what was your family financial status back then?
Back when?
Like in the past?
In the past is very broad. Like, what particular time? When I was a child? When I was a college student?
Like, first time in Mapua.
The first time I worked here in Mapua? I think my family would be classified as the middle class.
Did this financial status affect your
My career choices?
Yes.
Definitely, because if my family belonged to a lower economic class, then I would have no choice but to look for a job that pays more. For example, like maybe a call center company. I wouldn't necessarily love the job, but I would definitely earn more for my family. So the financial background of your family will definitely affect your career choices, because sometimes you have no choice but to earn more for your family. But if your family is well off, they have enough money, then you're free to choose whatever field you like.
Ma'am, in your point of view, what do you think is the reason behind college dropouts being successful? Like, specifically, the creator of Facebook.
Okay, what was his name?
Mark Zuckerberg.
Mark Zuckerberg. And they also say Einstein, Bill Gates, Steve Jobs.
Okay.
So these are, so these are college dropouts who are doing financially well. They're very successful. But before I answer that, we have to acknowledge the fact that perhaps there are only a small percentage of the college dropouts.
Yes.
What about those who dropped out of college who are just bums, katambay lang sa kanto, who are not doing relatively well? But to answer that question, what makes them successful even though they dropped out of college? I think it's because they were visionaries. They had an original idea. And that original idea didn't exactly follow the pattern of college education, because when you're studying, the whole system of studying is a structure, right? You have to follow this, you have to do this step by step. So I guess these people, they managed to, I think, make their way to their goal without following the structure anymore, without doing the step-by-step system of the educational system.
So you think dropping out of school can that can be their way of growing instead of staying in school and locking themselves in a four corners of the room?
No. Because you have to acknowledge the fact that they're the exception rather than the convention, right? I mean, they're just a small percentage of the students who dropped out. And from what I understand, some of them, they dropped out because they didn't have any more money to continue working. Like Steve Jobs, I think. He had to start work because he didn't have any more tuition fee. So it wasn't his choice to drop out. He had no choice because he didn't have any more financial support or financial capability to continue studying.
Ma'am, how many percent do you think of that small percentage that can come here in the Philippines? The small percentage of the successful persons who dropped out of school?
I don't know. Who are the examples of Filipinos who are... Do you know any? Except Manny Pacquiao?
Manny Pacquiao is not that intelligent. We all know that. But he's successful indeed. But here in the Philippines, just the outlook, can you see some college dropouts in your specific place that can be successful in their own way, but they didn't study college?
It's very hard to answer that because, first of all, we're living in a third world country. So, I don't know, I know people who are doing well without having graduated from college, but they're in fields that it's very hard because if you want to do what you, let's say if you didn't continue your college education, you dropped out, then probably your career choices would be limited to maybe outsourced jobs like writing web content, doing call center work. These are the jobs that you don't need a degree for. But again, it depends on the discarte of the person. That's what I always say. Like, I know people who don't have a degree, but now they have their own business. They are living comfortably. So it's always, education, school, it's just your take-off point, right? It's only going to train you, yes. It can only affect you up to a point. After that, the rest is up to you.
Any particular traits that college dropouts should possess to be what you define successful?
Well, I think they should already be confident that they can make it without a degree, because you don't just drop out if you're not if you don't believe that you're going to be still successful without a degree.
What can you advise the college dropouts now?
I think if you have the financial capability, stay in school, because you're not gonna lose anything. You're just gonna earn a diploma. And it's very hard to contextualize the concept of college dropouts finding success, because again, we're living in a third world country. Education is not right for everyone. It's a privilege limited to a few. So if you have the financial capability, you can afford to study, then why wouldn't you?
Ma'am, that's all. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.